Good morning, world. Happy Thursday, Friday Eve. Welcome to Thursday's, May 25th, morning mental prep. Get our brains going right for the day. I keep thinking about how I can, do an intro and a closing, right? I like to say what day it is, and of course what it is, but I don't know what else to add. I don't know. I'm new to all of this and I'm not really thinking about, I'm just hopping on and talking, right? I'm just not, it's not a only plan is that it's happening every day because I do this every day anyway, so I just hop on and do live, so. Brutus, you're so silly. Let me get my timer set. Look at my dog. Brutus. Brutus, what you doing, Bubby? You see the squirrel out there? You do, don't you? Always. Aries eating her food. Good morning, Chaz. Are you hanging out? I just sneeze. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Didn't do this. All right. Timer, 10 minutes is set. All right, as I said, welcome to Thursday, May 25th, morning mental prep. As always, I've got my DFT on and my lifestyle mix because I got to get my body nourished so that my brain functions better. And boy, does it ever, let me tell you. Friday Eve. Ooh, that could have been all bad. Friday Eve. I hope it's your weekend coming up. It is my weekend coming up. I have a 3-day weekend, and it was supposed to be a no plans weekend, but my hair appointment got moved, and I was also going to go to the horse ranch and volunteer on Sunday was the plan, but I knew that it was a holiday weekend, so I knew that might change. And that did change. So I'm not going to make it to Horsing Around this weekend. They're just not going to be there for as long. They're going to go throw some food for them, and then they got other things to do. So I'm pretty much back to a no plans weekend except for my hair appointment on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just a chill. I hope it's rainy. I hope I get at least one rainy, thunderstormy day. I want to get out in the backyard and play with the dogs in the rain. That would be awesome. But I'm also just in the mood for that kind of day. A rainy, stormy day at home. The last couple of days have been that way. We're getting into our summer pattern here. So good morning, Chaz. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for hanging out. All right. So I've said before, when, like we were talking yesterday, do the things that you love, man. Make the most of your life by doing the things that you love. Face your fears. It's really the only way to progress in life, period. So when you get to doing all the things, I'm a Jeeper, so it's Jeeping season. I got those things coming up. I want to go camping. I got an Ohio trip coming up. I went to my cousin's place 2 hours south last weekend. So when you're planning all the things, you want to make sure that you plan a no plans weekend because you get peopled out, right? I get peopled out. I love people. I love being around people, but I get peopled out. I take on so much of the energy around me that I have to recharge. And that to me is a no plans weekend. That doesn't necessarily mean that I stay home all weekend, which sometimes it can. But it does mean I really kind of need your assistance. But it does mean that I don't make any traveling plans. I don't, make any plans with anyone else. It means that I am going to do things like maybe get on the water with a kayak and the paddleboard because that's local and close. Getting out into nature and the trails and things around here with my dogs and stuff like that. Recharging. So it's important that when you're doing all the things that you plan a no plans weekend. Today, for May 25th, it says, imagine that this moment is all you have. It is all you have. What would you do differently if now is all you had? What words would you say to someone that you love? What actions might you take? What new things might you try if now was the only chance you had? Now, say, do, and act on whatever you answered above. This is exactly, these are, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I encourage you to read it if you haven't already. When I read it in 2016, maybe early 17, I didn't even make it through like the first chapter or two, and I bought it for my mom and I bought it for my best friend because it was that empowering already, because now is all you have, period. The future isn't here yet, and depending on, it may not come, right? Past is gone. It's not happening anymore. Now, you may have to face the things of your past to get through them, but they're not happening anymore. Now is all you have. Think about it. Give me an argument that shows me otherwise. That shows me, or yourself for that matter, that you have more than just the present moment. I'm trying to see what the law of attraction is going to tell us today. I'm not feeling any of the things that, this one is it, that were popping up before now. In making the most of the now, the only moment that you have, the only thing that you have, the only space-time that you have, the only thing that is a given, right? And that can be taken away in a heartbeat or less, right? You have to break the cycle of negative thinking. Me and the ring lights and my glasses, look. Oh, I look super old today. Fun stuff, I feel. I don't feel old at all, actually. I'll be 46 this year. I don't even feel it at all. Quiet observation of your thoughts will shed light on how much of your inner dialogue is negative in response to internal thoughts or external stimuli. I love this. Statements such as, I don't have time, I can't help it, or I can't afford it, are self-limiting. You remember an old hurt, and the negative feelings are now there in the present. You see a coat in the department store window and want it, but it costs too much. You feel bad. Such instant reactionary responses must be subdued and eventually replaced with positive responses. This is where I no longer say I can't afford it, because that's not the truth. I can buy whatever I want, but is there other things that I'd rather spend my money on? Are there other things that I must spend my money on, maybe? Right? So it's just that my money that I could spend on that is already spoken for. Right? Or instead of saying I am broke or I am poor, gosh, I am, and the things that follow that, you need to be so mindful of because it creates your life. Take a look at, don't take my word for it, look at it for yourself. What are your I am statements? I am broke, I am afraid, I can't afford it, whatever those, they don't have to be I ams, but, right? And then look at your life. You have to stop saying those things. So I no longer say I am broke or anything like that. I say I am overcoming a cash flow problem. I like the way that feels when I say that. It doesn't feel so broken. because, broken and you can't fix broken things, which that's not true either. But it doesn't feel limiting. Like it says, it's self-limiting statements. When I say I'm overcoming the cash flow problem, I don't feel like it's never gonna like I'm always gonna be this way. It just feels like right now I'm overcoming this hurdle in the road, right? Or like I said, if there's something that I think I want, like it said in the department store window, well, do I really want that? First of all, is what I look at. Do I really want that? Do I really need that? I analyze all of that, and usually I don't need it. Maybe I want it, so then I'm like, okay, I want, but do I need it? Can this wait for another time? Because this money is already spoken for. There are other priorities. It's not about being broke or poor or not having enough money or not being able to afford it. It's not any of that stuff, because I can do whatever I want with the right planning. I just have other priorities, right? My brain just kind of went, woo, it's that kind of week. But Aunt Flo has showed up, and all of her baggage, so that's how that goes. But I have about 10 seconds left, so I'm going to use this timer, as I do, to wrap it up and finish my morning mental prep, which includes my affirmation statements and gratitudes and a 10-minute writing dump. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Get a morning routine together. Get some sort of morning... And that doesn't, I don't want to say that. Okay. Even if that means for you setting an alarm and just working on getting up at that time and staying up at that time every day. That's the start of a morning routine. That's how I started. I had to decide, in 2018, one of the big things for me was exercise. So I picked a yoga plan, a 30-minute full-body yoga session, and set my alarm. I don't remember what it was. I know at 5:30 it might have been 5:15. And actually, as it's kind of coming back to me, I think that I quite literally set my alarm, got up, took my Thrive, used the bathroom, got my yoga mat out, and jumped right into my yoga routine. 2018, that's what I started doing, because I was waiting, and even though I worked from home, so I was able to wait right up until the very last minute before I had to clock in, kind of stuff. Let me tell you, I don't like doing that now. Getting up so close to time to leave, that doesn't happen. That rarely, if ever, happens again, because I don't like the way my days go when I do that. I like getting up, and you win the morning, you win the day. How do you win the morning? For you, like I said, that may just be picking a time and getting up every day at that time. Once you are comfortable with that a little bit, you add something else. Once that's kind of become routine, more normal, then you add something else. You'll know what you can and can't add, and when and when not to add things. You'll know when you're ready to add things. You'll just feel like, okay, I can do something more, and so then you find something else to add. And that's that. That's what I got for you. I'm going to go, like I said, my rest of my morning mental prep. The very least, something that you can add when you wake up in the morning is gratitude. Take 5 minutes, find 5 things that you're grateful for that happened in the last 24 hours. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for the courage and the strength to keep going through days like yesterday and the day before, where I just felt like I really just felt like I wanted to disappear. Yeah, and it was heavy. I can understand so many things when it comes to mental health, depression and suicide, and not me. Like I said, I'm not afraid to die, but I don't want to die. I got things I want to do. I got places I want to go. I got people I want to see. I got lives I want to impact. I got too much to do. But when I get to feeling like that, yesterday and the day before were super heavy. Super heavy. So I'm grateful. I am so grateful for the strength and courage to keep going through those days when I feel like I could just blink out of existence. So grateful, remembering that it's not forever, right? This is just for a moment in time. Yeah. What are you grateful for? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, peace and love.